What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tor Crunch, and in today's video we're gonna go ahead and continue on a series that I have not made a video on for a while now, and that is character evolutions. I don't know why I haven't made a video on this series. I think it's just there's been so much hype surrounding the manga characters that I've been focused in on those. But now that the hype has kind of died down a bit, or not died down a bit, but we've already gone through most of this banner already. We've already gone through most of the hype. So we're gonna go ahead and do a character evolution on Retsu, which is actually one of the new manga characters. I know a lot of you guys actually would be happy to see something like this, so I decided to go ahead and bring it back, and who better to do it on than Retsu herself. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. So the first Retsu that was released was none other than her swimsuit version. This was actually released in August of 2015, so almost 3 full years since she's been out. And because of that, her stats are super outdated. She actually has 931 as stamina, 528 attack, 318 defense, 638 SP, and 282 focus. So yeah, really low stats. But like I said, 3 full years that this character's been out, so you're not really gonna expect anything from a character like this. All I could really say is she's basically a collectible, a character that you can go ahead and collect. And of course, those big Retsu fans, this is obviously a nice one to collect because it is the swimsuit version. While doing a little bit of research, if you know what I mean. It's not what you're thinking. On Bleach FYI, doing a little bit of research, I found out she actually has the most skills out of all the Retsus, and it's kind of needed, just to kind of make up for those low stats. She gets Frenzy, Havoc, Bruiser, Adrenaline, and honestly, Adrenaline, it's kind of weird. Her normal attack is actually still super slow. I can't even imagine how it would be, without Adrenaline. The gameplay, what you guys see right now, is actually maxed out. I already got Adrenaline in there, and it's just super slow. Her normal attack is super slow. It takes forever to complete, and her normal attack string is also very stationary. She has to like stand still and shoot her normal attack, and it's hard to avoid getting hit. So dodging with this character is not that great. So overall, man, like I said, she's a collectible, not a character you really want to use. But one thing, if you do want to use her, I guess she's pretty decent just for the fact that she does heal. She doesn't heal the team with her strong attack, but she does heal the team with her special. So that is the only thing I can say is usable of her at this point in the game. Just a few months later, in February of 2016, we went ahead and got Captain Retsu. And she also came along with a few other captains, Sajin, Kaname, and Yamamoto. Just to give you an idea of who she was released with. And, of course, these were the first versions, or first canon versions for all these captains. And, still though, 2016, that's a full 2 years from now, which is 2018. She's been out for a while still. Her stats are slightly better though than her swimsuit version. She's got 535 attack, spiritual pressure at 642, which are decent upgrades. She also does get Frenzy, Adrenaline, Havoc, and Bruiser, and of course the percentages on the increases are slightly better as well. So all in all, you kind of get just slightly better captain version of Retsu here. One thing I will say though, her swimsuit version and this version are very alike. They're basically the same character. The only difference is that one is wearing a swimsuit, the other one's wearing a captain's robe. All in all, same character, slightly better stats, slightly better skills. They actually have the same soul trait, which is 20% in between quests. Actually, the one thing I will say, I should actually have mentioned this, is that she does heal the team with her strong attack. So there is quite a bit of that does make up a big time difference. But still not a great character. There's better healers nowadays, like for example Ururu, that just recently came out in the Christmas banner. But if you don't have a healer, Retsu might be a decent option just to go ahead and sit back and heal the team. Next up though, we've got ourselves Mine Retsu. This was a character that was released, quite recent, mid-month banner for July of 2017. And the banner she came out with was the 13 squad summons, and the banner was called Resourceful Leaders. She was released along with Heart Gen and Mind Jushiro. And surprisingly, I would say she did kind of outshine Jushiro. Her and Gin, I guess you can decide on which one's better. You know, I'm sure it's different for everyone. I personally think Gin is a little bit better, but Retsu is actually not bad at all. I think this is definitely the first really good Retsu. Her attack is at 651, SP is at 654, and her soul trait is actually 12% recharge time. So instead of getting the 20% in between quests, you know, recovering health in between quests, we get recharge time, which is way better in my opinion, just because it works perfectly with her strong attack that is a heal. She gets to heal a lot more quicker than a lot of other healers, so that is one thing I really do like about this character. She also does get killer effect plus 40% on espadas, and a few standout skills are Bruiser and Berserker, which are both increased by 30%. She also gets Debilitator because her special does inflict damage, and it also paralyzes the enemy. So, you know, like I said, first overall pretty good Retsu. The mind version was actually pretty good, and she's still good to this day. If you have her, she's definitely a great character. There is one downside about her, or one thing that could have made her that much better, and that is that she doesn't have Frenzy. I mean, it doesn't really matter in my opinion, just because from what I noticed, the best thing to do with her is actually to build her with a normal attack build, just because her normal attack also does paralyze, and it's quite often that she paralyzes. So you know, if you want to go ahead and use this character, the build I would recommend is definitely a normal attack build. Up next, we went ahead and got Retsu, the tag team version, and this was released in September of 2017. And like I was saying, man, they were released quite close to one another, you know, almost month to month. And you know, this one was called Refined Techniques, and she was released alongside with Chojiro and Jushiro. I was actually not expecting this, like I said, because it was so recent to the mind version of her. But you know, when I first saw this character, I was actually super surprised, and probably was the one I wanted the most. I'm not going to say she's the best, just because I think Tag Team Jushiro is actually an amazing character. But you know, she's a very good character herself. Her soul trait is 25% stamina recovery in between quests, and you know, that's not the greatest, but I will say it kind of makes up for the fact that she doesn't heal. This is the first and only version that we have of Retsu that doesn't heal the team, or you know, just have a strong attack that heals, which is, I guess, not the greatest thing about her. You know, that's the one thing you look forward to when you get a Retsu or whatnot, but don't let that scare you away, just because she's a great character. One thing that's kind of makes up for it is that she does get double killer effect, and that is 20% additional damage on Soul Reapers and a Rancor. So she does inflict more damage on most of the enemies, you know, compared to a character that only has one killer effect. So that's one really cool thing about her, and that of course is only because she's a tag team character. Her stats are also really good: 630 attack and 724 SP. So that SP is definitely the standout. She also does get Frenzy, which is awesome, and she inflicts 40% additional damage through her special. So just like the mind version, she also paralyzes, which is awesome, and her normal attack and strong attacks also do paralyze. One cool thing about her as well is that her second strong attack is a walking vortex, and as you guys all know, there's not many characters with walking vortexes. I can only think of a couple at the top of my head, and that is like Halloween Yoruichi or Fullbring Byakuya. She's the only one that has Frenzy and has a walking vortex, so definitely a great character. I would say she's not bad at all. I think she's probably one of the better speed characters in the game still to this day. And lastly, we have, of course, the one you guys already all know about, and that is Retsu, and that is the manga version, or whatever you could call her, Retsu or Retsu Unohana, whatever. I'm gonna call her Unohana, but of course I have to include her in here because it's the evolution of Retsu herself. It's the same character, and of course you already know this was released this month. We're currently still able to summon for her. And she is definitely, I believe, the best character in the game right now. I got her myself. I've been using her, but honestly, I do truly think she's the best. Looking at her stats, she's got 766 attack, which is currently the highest attack in the game. Her soul trait is 16% damage reduction. So, you know, she is a heart version, right? And although, you know, sometimes if you come up against a mind character, you know, usually mind characters and heart characters, they inflict quite a bit of damage on one another, but the fact that she's got 16% damage reduction, it really does help her out, and makes it so that her damage, you know, she doesn't take that much damage. She also does get killer effect of captains. So the reason she gets that, of course, is because she went up against Kenny in the manga, and Kenny is a captain, which gives her the killer effect of captains, which is insane. That's like something that I think a lot of people don't really pay attention to. And you know, for example, if you go up against a human Sajin with Yoruichi or Yachiru Unohana, you're gonna win most of the matches, just because you get so much like damage on top of that character because of that killer effect. A few of her skills she does get are poise and flurry, which, as we all know, that's like a deadly combination. You know, she is a melee character. It would have been insane if she was ranged. I actually personally like her melee. I think she's super fast and quick and has a lot of range. One thing that's really cool about this character also, that I don't know if you all might know about this, but you know, she is a normal attack damage character. So you do want to use chappies, you know, so you get rid of her SP. But what's awesome is that you don't really lose out on her special, just because if you use her special, she's got a chance of insta killing the enemies. So really awesome character. I love Retsu. I'm so glad I got her. If you guys have her, like I said, I believe you personally have the overall best character in the game at this point in the game. But with that said, that is basically the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Like I said, I haven't done one of these in a while, and a big reason for that is just because these videos take a long time to make. They do take a lot of editing and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. If you guys do want to see another one, let me know in the comments down below. I was actually thinking about making a Kenpachi, you know, evolution video, which is something that I think you guys would enjoy, just because there is quite a bit of Kenpachis in the game, and there's enough definitely to make an evolution video for. So just let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see that. Another way to show me that you would like to see that is by hitting the like button on this video. Let's go ahead and try to get 300 likes on this video. I think you guys could do that. Just to show some support. And anyways, that is basically it. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.